Pat says, look over there, there's a tornado. And I start freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, there is, oh, I don't know what to do. And he's like, just calm down, it's fine, just calm down. I'm like, how can I calm down? I've never, I grew up in Kalispell. We don't have tornadoes. I've never been in a tornado in my life, and it wasn't very big, but still, I looked over and saw it, and I was like, that is a tornado. Maybe if I don't look at it, it won't come to me. I'm just not gonna look. I'm just not gonna look at it. I'm just gonna keep driving. And then we keep, driving along still, and then there's a whole sheet of hail that starts coming down. And the hail is probably like, coin size, quarter size hail. Like, bigger than I've ever seen, and could do some damage. And I'm going like 70 miles an hour because I'm freaking out.
All right, we're here with Mark Moss, the facilitator of Tell Us Something,
Yes.
from what you just saw there. And that was Adventure.
That was Adventure that was filmed on Mardi Gras, if you're wondering what the beads were about.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so every storyteller, as they came up, I gave them some beads. And that was Erin O'Brien. You can go into Rockin' Rudy's and find her. That's where she works. Tell her how awesome her story is. She still drives the car that she's talking about in that story that got damaged by a hailstorm during a tornado. Wow. It was pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh, that sounds wild.
Yeah.
So tell us about Tell Us Something.
Tell Us Something is a storytelling event here in Missoula. We've been together for almost 5 years. We started in December of 2011 at the Missoula Art Museum was our first Tell Us Something. And we had one of the galleries totally full, and we had 6 storytellers that night. And we've been doing it about 4 or 5 times a year ever since. This year, however, we've had 8 events.
Wow.
Which is exhausting for everybody on the team, because it's not just me that makes Tell Us Something happen. So we've grown from the Top Hat. Mm-hmm. We tried it at the Denison Theater, and that's about the same capacity as the Wilma Theater.
Oh, cool.
And we generally sell out the Top Hat. And so Nick Chakota and I have decided that we're going to move Tell Us Something to the Wilma.
Congratulations.
For the December event.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations. I think that's a better venue too.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes, because there are lots of benefits and maybe not so much benefits because of the size of the venue. I'm very concerned about the intimacy being lost, but we're doing everything we can to make that intimacy still be there. So.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So how do you come up with your themes?
I've got a spreadsheet of about 200 different themes. People walk up to me on the street or at dinner parties and say, what would be a great theme for Tell Us Something? So I just write it down and throw it in the spreadsheet. And then at the end of the year, I sit down with my advisory board and we split a growler and say, what do you think of these 20? And then we get it down to 15, and then we finally get it down to 5. This year, at the Tell Us Something event at the Wilma Theater, we are going to have a survey that people are able to complete. And one of the things in the survey is pick one of the themes. And I've got, I think, 10 or 11 different themes. And so people can actually vote on the themes for 2016, or even suggest a theme.
And so how many shows are you planning for 2016?
5.
5,
yep.
Only 5.
I want to do, we'll see if it's going to be at the Top Hat or the Wilma. I want it to be at one of those. So we'll do 4 there, and then 1 at the Peace Farm.
Oh, fun.
Which is a non-alcoholic avenue for opportunity for people who either don't go to bars or choose not to go to bars or can't go to bars.
Right.
So we'll do 1 at the Peace Farm in July.
But you also have a whole bunch of kind of like offshoot Tell Us Something. It's kind of like, because you've done a couple at the Roxy here and there.
We have, and that was super fun. Also experimental. This year was the year for experimenting. And we're going to rein it in a little bit and keep it tighter. Have less events, because with that many events, the fear is that we have the same storytellers coming every time, and we have less people coming to the events.
Oh, speaking of same storytellers, which of your storytellers have done it the most? Who has the most
crazy stories?
Most patches on their badge?
I don't know. Either Pat Williams or Carla Thylan has been there quite a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have to go back and look at the stats, but those are the two that come to mind.
You said Pat Williams?
Yeah.
Is he the Pat Williams?
The Pat Williams.
Oh, really? The
longest
former
running congressman
Really?
from the state of Montana. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, how funny.
He's
Yeah.
so interesting. Like, he has a bunch of stories just comes out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's when I basically make Montana like 80% public land at that time.
Like, oh.
I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then I was in a bar in Butte, and I punched out this guy, and
Butte.
yeah, Butte.
So,
Central Butte.
you said you're gonna do 5, so it's gonna be every other month. So did you guys?
About quarterly.
And you guys already have all? Do you have all the pamphlets out? When?
We don't.
Okay.
So after the Wilma event, we're gonna sit down. Nick and I are gonna sit down and figure out what dates work best for him, and Tell Us Something, and we'll get those down, and then that information will be released on the Tell Us Something website as soon as we have it.
Speaking of website, what is that website?
TellUsSomething.org.
Actually, we have it.
We have it.
We sure do.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Bam.
So you guys can take a look at this, and if you want to find more information about him, you go to right there.
That's also where you can listen to the podcast. We stream the podcast for free right on the website. You can subscribe to the podcast using iTunes or Stitcher or whatever podcast app you like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, do you think is there anything else that we haven't touched on?
This will be the first time that we've got merch available.
Ooh, good.
I hand screen printed these T-shirts, along with help from some folks from the bookstore at the University of Montana, which I want to shout out to them. They have been super supportive of Tell Us Something during its entire duration. So thanks to the bookstore at the University of Montana for their sponsorship. But they helped me print these T-shirts, so we'll have T-shirts and stickers and hand screen printed posters as well.
Cool.
Yeah, and one of the biggest changes besides the venue is that we're going to have a musician
Oh, what?
as well. Yeah, John Dundee is coming down from Helena, Montana. He's a storyteller, but he tells his stories through the power of song. So he's going to share a short 30-minute set at the beginning to get us all warmed up, and then we'll launch right into the stories.
Nice.
All right,
Okay,
so-
so what times it start? Yeah.
Yes.
Doors at 6.
Okay.
Music starts at 6:30. Admission, can I say?
Yeah.
Cost? Admission is $5. Storytelling starts at 7. I just learned that no outside food or drink can be brought into the Wilma, so that's important. Another thing that I often get asked, can I bring my children to Tell Us Something? What I always say to that question is, there are adult themes that are discussed at Tell Us Something and shared. So with that knowledge, you get to make your own choice as a parent if you want to expose your children to that.
Yeah.
Because we don't censor any of the stories.
Yeah. And then how many people are talking? How many
We have 8
storytellers?
storytellers.
Cool.
Oh, the other big change is usually we never announce ahead of time who the storytellers are going to be. But this time we workshop all of the stories, right? And at the workshop, we had a reporter from the Missoulian come. So the storytellers will be announced. I think that comes out on Friday. It's
How do
gonna
you
be
feel about
in
this?
Corridor. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it.
Yeah.
But I'm actually really excited. This is a great group of folks. And just because a person comes to the workshop doesn't necessarily mean that they're committing to telling a story. They're testing out the waters. So some of the people that were at the workshop have opted to not be a part of the event. We will have 8 storytellers, however, and it's a great, really tight group of folks, and they sort of bonded with each other, and they're like, "You can do it! You're gonna be great!" So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, December 8th, at the Wilma Theater. I'm still trying to get used to saying that. 6 p.m. Doors at 6. Music starts at 6:30, and storytelling begins at 7 p.m.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.